rest here at Whilton Mill. Jude Fernahau will start this one from pole. Thomas Mills alongside Christian Brooks will start from third, with Daniel Amazigo from fourth. Row 3 will be Lucas Romanek with Joshua Torpy alongside. Robbie Stapleford will be on row 4 with Scott Sumpton for company, and then there will be Carl Dunford and Oscar Joyce rounding out the top 10. Joshua McLean and Charles Betts will be on row 6. Row 7 will be Ben McDowell and Charlie Field. Alexander Johnston and Ben Jenkins will be on row 8. Carly Atkins and Jensen Buckingham will be on row 9. Rounding out the top 20 will be Thomas Leben and Kakpa Scusa with Sam Shaw and Oliver Henwood on row 11. Row 12 will be Reggie Dewey and Finley Dunn. Row 13 will be Lorenzo Cordal and Caden McQueen, Connor Clifford and Nathan Clifford. It's an all Clifford 14th row there. Rashan Chigarimbo and Archie Brown will round at the top 30. Sam Heading and Mason Lee. 32 kart grid for your X30 Juniors. And that's an unusual one. We've got to look for this race start though. Will it be delayed by the action stop at the top of the hill? Doesn't look like it will be. We're good for a start. Jude Fernhoff will lead them away. And it's a good lead away there for Jude. Christian Brooks starting from grid second, look to have a decent start as well. As they head up the hill, there is still a kart being, in fact there's two, is that a second car on the side of the road? Couldn't quite make out there. As, oh dearie me, there's more action happening here coming out of Christmas Corner. I'd say there's about 6 karts on the grass and a few more stationary on the road. This is definitely the least clean start of the day so far, as the 51 is involved there of Sam Heading. So all drama here in the early part of the X30 Juniors. I'll tell you who's leading as they come around. I'll tell you who's definitely not leading, I'm sorry to report, because there was plenty of action there on the first lap. Jude Fernhoff held on to it. Christian Brooks held on to second spot on the grid. Thomas Mills in third. Lucas Romanek in fourth, with Daniel Amazigo in fifth. Dropping down the order and having some form of drama there, I'm afraid. Oscar Joyce, Lorenzo Cordal, Sam Heading and Nathan Clifford were your karts. Having various dramas there, as we're looking at a robust move there by Thomas Mills. I think that may have been a Christian Brooks for second on the road. And onto the back straight into the boot for the second time comes our lead battle. Jude Fernhoff in the 53, Christian Brooks in the 82, and Thomas Mills, we just talked about getting up into second place, and behind them Robbie Stapleford has also got past Dan Amazigo for fifth, and change there for the lead. As I was saying, that Thomas Mills gets past Fernhoff at the top of the hill and now has to hold on. Behind them, they're getting 3 wide here in the lower parts of the top 10. It is getting very argy-bargy out there at the moment. I think Charles Betts was involved in that, and possibly Joshua McLean and Thomas Leben, all very close here in the top 10. But the key headline for this lap is that the lead has changed. Thomas Mills now at the head of this field, but look how close they are side by side, going the 24 and the 29. That's Carly Atkins trying to get past Daniel Amazigo. Thomas Mills then confirmed as your leader onto this, and look at this for second place now. Christian Brooks up the inside of Jude Fernhoff through Christmas Corner, and it's job done there for Brooks, up to second place now as they head into Ashby. Behind them, look at that move there. I think that might have been McLean and Romanek there battling away. I mean, everyone's battling away. I can basically say any name in the top 10 and it would be accurate to describe them as battling, let's be frank. 5 minutes left on the clock then. Thomas Mills, your leader, leads them round the boot. Got a bit of a gap now. Quite a bit of a gap if we apply the usual standards of this series, it has to be said. Through they come. Christian Brooks has got past Jude Fernhoff. We didn't cover that on that last lap. Although fair play, we don't know where to look right now. There's so much going on out there. Up the top of the hill this time. Any moves on there? Yo! And that didn't go to plan. that was Romanek and Sumpton there tried up the inside of Romanek, and it didn't quite pay off. I think they're both able to continue, but there'll be a few. I don't think Romanek will be too happy with how that ended. Neither driver will, as they go 3 wide into Oziers, and that rarely works. And it was a good example of how it didn't quite work. I think that was Scott Sumpton again, was it? I thought I saw the 57 there. Oh, no, it might have been Sam Heading further back. Could have been the 51 as well. The pack's so close together, there's been very little field spread, which is surprising given the drama that we saw on the first lap. Thomas Mills still leads by less than a second from Christian Brooks. We're looking here at that battle near the head of the field. They come through Oziers onto the back straight. Contact warning for Caden McQueen. There's Jude Fenner in the 53, currently in third place at juniors. He's got Robbie Stapleford for company. In fact, Stapleford's got ahead. That's what I'm seeing there on the screen. There's your leader, Thomas Mills. There's Christian Brooks, followed by Stapleford, and now Fernhoff gets taken by Joshua McLean in the 76. So McLean up to 4th place, Fernhoff down to 5th. And Ashby they come, chuck it into Wilkins. Good move that by Joshua McLean. Josh Torpey as well is in 6th place. We'll now be looking to Fernhoff will now have to worry about defending against Torpey, because he's right there as well. Oh no, he's not right there. Carly Atkins it is who's moved up there. Apologies. The 24 has now moved up. We're looking though at the 19 going past the 82. That's Stapleford up the inside of Brooks. So Robbie Stapleford on a charge here, and he's got 2 minutes if he can break the toe of Christian Brooks, or indeed with him, to catch up to Thomas Mills at the head of this one. And the 76 of Joshua McLean is right on that pack as well, as they come onto the back straight. Into the boot they come. Christian Brooks, Robbie Stapleford, Christian Brooks and Joshua McLean round paddock corner to begin lap number 9 of the race. Jude Fernhoff just set a personal best of the race. Anything on amongst this battle? Yes. Up the inside goes McLean on Brooks. Nice, tidy overtake there. And now the 76 is ahead of the 82 to change for 3rd place. And not a great deal of time lost there, so it was good, fair racing there between both of them. Thomas Mills, you just saw to the right of your shot, has a bit of a gap here. But if these 3 work together, as you can see behind them as well, Fernhoff under pressure from Carly Atkins as well. Lorenzo Cordal's report is out of this one, and Sam Heading is in the pit lane. So those 2 drivers have had a race to forget. Looking over the shoulder here for Stapleford, and well he might, because there is Joshua McLean up the inside of Christmas corner. 2 Christmas overtakes. Some people wish it was Christmas every day. He's having it every lap at the moment. Is Joshua McLean. He's on a charge here, and can he now start to set about closing the gap? It's 1.7 seconds, the gap to Thomas Mills, and they're going to get 2 more laps after this one. So it'd be a tall order, but it is doable. You can just see Mills. We've barely seen Thomas Mills in this race. Been doing such a solid job at the front of this one. But there's going to be 2 laps here, and look at all the karts chasing him. I'd say that Atkins has got past Fernhoff as well for 5th place, but they're closing up on this pack of 4 as well. Thomas Mills leads, Joshua McLean, Robbie Stapleford, Christian Brooks now under a lot of pressure from Carly Atkins, who has got onto the back of this one. You can see the 24 there is part of this 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th pack here as they head through Oziers. But I think Thomas Mills at the moment at least is doing enough, just looking at his sector times. And there goes Atkins up the inside into the boot. It's going to be side by side through the second part of the boot. That's going to compromise both of them. And look out for Jude Fernhoff, trying to come back at this one. And Thomas Leben is there as well. So that's all closed up now. Thomas Mills, Joshua McLean, Robbie Stapleford, Carly Atkins, Thomas Leben did get involved there and managed to capitalise. Christian Brooks and Jude Fernhoff as they are on the final lap now. Thomas Mills just has to do enough. There's a car, I can see a driver there sprinting to the side of the road. So I wonder if another driver has unfortunately had to pull over to the side of the road. Oh, and on the grass there as well, and that's allowed Fernhoff through, and it's allowed Christian Brooks through as well. All change here. Nobody knows how this is going to finish amongst the top 10, but I think we know who's going to win this one, because Thomas Mills is coming around the last corner now and is going to take the checkered flag in Heat 1 of the X30 Juniors for round 3. Joshua McLean, a brilliant second place with Robbie Stapleford in third. Carly Atkins worked his way up well there in the final part of the race to finish fourth. Thomas Leben capitalised brilliant opportunistic driving in the last 2 laps in particular there to finish fifth. Rashan Chigurimbo didn't mention him at all, but finishes 6th in all the chaos. Jude Fernhoff in 7th, Christian Brooks 8th, Caden McQueen in 9th, 10th for Joshua Twarpy. Charles Betts, Kakper Scusa, Scott Sumpton, we saw having dramas out there but finished 13th. Reggie Dewey in 14th, Lucas Romanek in 15th, and it was Alexander Johnston, Charlie Field, Daniel Amazigo, Finley Dunn, and Archie Brown rounded up the top 20. Then it was Connor Clifford, Kyle Dunford, Ben Jenkins, Ben McDowell, Oliver Henwood, Jensen Buckingham, Mason Reeve in 27th, 28th was Oscar Joyce, Nathan Clifford was 29th, Sam Shaw was 30th, and then Sam Hennigan and Lorenzo Corral ran into dramas out there. Don't forget that if you want to see any of those results are entirely provisional. If you want to see final confirmed results, head over to results.alphatiming.co.uk/WMKC